Report.ca. Listen, I got a really concerning article thrown at me here. This appears in the Caledon Enterprise, which is owned by the Toronto Star. This is for the town of Caledon, which is 2 cities north of Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, but is nonetheless able to exude a little bit of influence over all of Peel region. Peel region is like an American county. 3 cities exist within it. Now, we have here Islam education coming to Caledon. This is an article written by Matthew Strader of the Caledon Enterprise. He says, would you like to know more about Islam? You are not alone. First off, I take issue with that. People want to know more about Islam, but not because they're happy that it's here. They just want to know more about it because they kind of have to. You are not alone. It's one of the most widely searched words online. Okay, that's true. To address the need, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Youth Association has begun a nationwide campaign to provide Canadians an education regarding Islam. First off, I take exception to that group. That is, I guess I would say it, Ahmadiyya. Kind of like chlamydia, but the Arabic version. Here's what they say very quickly. This is off their own website, verbatim. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Youth Association, AMYA, is a nationwide youth group that works with young Muslim men and boys around the country. The association is also known internationally by the name Majlis Kadumul Ahmadiyya, which means Association of Servants of the True Islam. Now, Sandra Sullivan and I have covered the True Islam, which means that if you drink alcohol, death. If you drink alcohol and have sex with a man and you're a man, it's an even more painful death and more humiliating death. If you steal something, your hand comes off. And if you're a woman, better wrap that face or death. The international organization was founded in 1938 and serves as the Young Men and Boys Auxiliary of Ahmadiyya Muslim Community. Don't know what that means. Officially established in the USA in 1939, AMYA is one of the earliest Muslim youth organizations in the USA. Fine. They say we are dynamic, vibrant, serving not only the needs of its members, but the local communities and nation. I've never heard of them until today. They've never done a thing for me or anybody in any town that I know of. The association is comprised of 3,000 men and boys from Ahmadiyya Muslim Community, USA, age 7 to 40, spread it across 70 local chapters. That's great. Previous members of AMYA include Grammy Award-winning artists and Pulitzer Prize-winning journalists. Notice how they don't name them. So I don't buy that. AMYA is headquartered in Silver Springs, Maryland. Operating under the auspices of the International Khalifa, the spiritual head of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, AMYA is governed by a National Executive Council and led by a national president. The current president is Dr. Bilal Rana, an anesthesiologist from Houston, Texas. The executive councils comprise of young men and youth from around the United States. The outreach activities of AMYA are not limited to the Muslim community. It serves the needs of all members of society, irrespective of culture and faith. And I don't believe it. Let's get back now to the Caledon article here. In light of the recent rise in anti-Islamic rhetoric, both in Canada and abroad, it's not as bad as you think, but it's deserved. Canadian Muslim youth feel the need to bring forward a platform that provides their fellow Canadians with an authentic source to learn about the faith and break down misconceptions firsthand. A release from the group read... Oh, I see what he's saying. That's what they said previously. The group has titled the campaign Islam Understood and will be going door to door across thousands of neighborhoods in Canada, as well as using social media and special exhibitions. Now, I've reached out to these people. Hi, Kevin J. Johnston, freedomreport.ca, 289-997-6545. Call me and tell me who you are. They don't have an address listed on their website. What's that? Hey, yo, what's their address? Their website address, top right corner. What is that? Sorry, my staff are really busy here today. Muslimyouth.org?
Yeah.
That's the one, muslimyouth.org. That's their website. Go to the site. There's no address. There's no phone number. There are no contact names on the website. There's just a photograph with a little bit of propaganda, and that's it. And they don't reply to emails at all. If you're someone, I'm sure what they do when they receive emails is they look into the name of the person emailing them. So why don't you put your name down as John Smith or Muhammad Khan, the really common names out there, and ask for information. Tell me how quickly they reply to you, because to me, it's not at all. The group will begin the campaign of indoctrinating you and your children to Islam on March the 5th. I added that. And Caledon is one of the communities they will bring it to. Caledon, Ontario is predominantly very white and very Christian. So this is what you do when your campaign is failing in Mississauga, because Mississauga has me to protect it. Islam Understood endeavors to build bridges of understanding by showing Canadians the true face of Islam. All right, what's the true face of Islam? ISIS, what they're doing right now, they're following the Quran to the letter of the law. I would say that's the true face as it stands right now. Until Islam undergoes a massive and major reformation, like the Catholic Church realized to make money they would have to do and did, then ISIS is what true Islam is. Okay, we understand that? Spiritual Muslims in Canada who got away from that ISIS crap are the people who realize that it's bad and just do stuff spiritually and culturally. But this is not what Canadian Muslims want at their front door. Let me tell you. It's very important, especially looking at the current atmosphere in the world, said spokesperson Imam Zahid Abid. It is important to reach out to people in their own circles who do not have the opportunity and give them the opportunity to learn about Islam and get rid of any apprehensions that they may have about Muslims in general. All right, listen, tell you what. If every Muslim in Canada was like the gentleman I interviewed last week, or if every Muslim in Canada was like the average neighbor whom you don't even know is a Muslim. If I don't know what religion any of my neighbors are, I don't ask, I don't care. And they don't show me in any way. If every Muslim was like that, then none of this would be an issue at all. But they don't. That's the problem. They want mosques in your neighborhood. They want one in my neighborhood. They want two in my neighborhood, never mind. And they've already got one. So, this guy here is playing the victim card. Victim, 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 victim. We are victims, so let's go to everyone's door in the stupid and sleepy town of Caledon and convert as many children as we can to Islam so that we can get them to fight against their parents. That's what Sandra Sullivan is warning you people about. She's watched this happen in the Middle East, and now you're all standing by and letting it happen. And the Caledon Enterprise, their main newspaper, is spreading this around like it's factual and a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing when the Jehovah's Witness comes to your door either, by the way. But it's worse because if they're talking about true Quranic Islam, then Caledon, you're screwed. The organization also has had an opportunity to campaign on their website, on a different website, Islam Understood, for people who sign up for an addition to the campaign, Coffee and Islam. I don't understand that. I don't care. This consists of scheduled meetups at cafes and mosques across the country for one-on-one sessions where registrants will get the opportunity to be converted to Islam through taqiyya and lies. That's my word. What he said is stupid. Matthew Strader is a reporter with the Caledon Enterprise. He's yet to reply to me either. M. Strader, that's MSTRADER, at CaledonEnterprise.com. Canada, you're all asking me, what can you do to help this fight? What you need to do is call this guy, and you tell not just him, but the Mississauga News, the Brampton Guardian, and all the other papers out there that are owned by Torstar Media, which owns the Toronto Star. Tell them that you want your stories told, and that is you don't want Muslims coming to your front door to try to sell their faith to you. All right, do you understand? That's how you fight this. You're going to get called racist, but tell them, who cares? Your opinion, it's wrong. Now let's move on to the facts. And the facts are that if my neighbor is a Muslim, I don't want to know that they're Muslim. And if my neighbor is Christian, I don't want to know that either. I want to just know them as Bob and, I don't know, Hiram. Pick a name. It doesn't make a difference. The difference here is that if I've got neighbors and I don't know what religion that they're a part of, that's the perfect way to live in this country. But if Hiram next door has to try to sell me Islam, if you have to sell your religion to people, obviously there's something very wrong with it. And that's exactly why the Catholic Church is dying off. They spent too much time selling it and too little time helping. Now they're doing the exact reverse. They're helping because they realize you can't just take. And now it's Islam's turn to be the take. And our local media is telling you that it's happening and it's a good thing. And our politicians are encouraging you to accept it as the new norm. So Canada, fight back by calling every newspaper that's near you right now and tell them you want your side of it told, and that is you don't want organizations like this that service only Muslims without phone numbers or addresses, I might add, coming to your front door to try to convert you and your children to Islam. Because what happens next? Well, what happens next is the country becomes an Islamic theocracy. Why? Because all of you are so stupid that you're going to answer the door, listen to this nonsense, feel sorry for them because they're going to tell you that they're victims, and then convert. And then 20 years later, when you realize, wait a second, my life has been awful for 2 decades, you'll remember that one conversation that sparked it all, and the only thing you can do at that point is regret yourself, your decisions. I'm trying to stop that from happening, Canada. And enough of you out there are listening to what I'm saying that we can make a difference. So start doing it now. Complain to your newspapers now. You want your stories told. Now, what are you waiting for? Go pick up the phone right now. Kevin J. Johnston, freedomreport.ca.